The federal government have said that subsidy on fuel will not be removed in June as earlier planned. The Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, spoke with the State House correspondents at the end of the NEC meeting at the presidential villa in Abuja. TVC News State House correspondent Femi Akonde has more on this.
The removal of petrol subsidy may still remain a mirage, as this very contentious issue, considered to be an unsustainable economic policy, may linger very much longer than expected. The Minister of Finance is beginning to suggest that there might be a shift in the goalposts. She categorically said the National Economic Council agrees that the time for the removal of petrol subsidy should not be now.
But then we have two laws that have inadvertently made the provision that we should exit by June. So if the committee's work, which will include the representatives of the incoming administration, determine that the removal can be done by June, then the work plan will be designed to exit as at June. But if the determination is that the period needs to be extended, it will mean that we will have, as a country, will have to revisit the Appropriation Act, for example, because the 2023 budget only made provision up to June.
There is no provision for petrol subsidy in the 2023 budget beyond June. This means the incoming administration will have to scratch its head in search of extra budgetary allocation to fund the subsidy regime. But in the interim, an expanded committee will be formed to determine when it is right to stop the subsidy on petroleum products. An extension in the deadline to remove fuel subsidy may be likened to postponing the evil day. But it will also bring respite to citizens who will directly feel the biting impact of this action. The National Economic Council meeting was not only about subsidy removal, but it was also a valedictory session for the advisory organ of the executive arm of government. The governors that form the core of the National Economic Council gave themselves a pat on the back and commended the leadership of Vice President Yemi Osinbajo.
So we wish him the best of luck and parted on a very good, friendly and brotherly note.
Vice President Osinbajo also launched the National Economic Council Legacy Report, which captures the successes and challenges faced in the country and how the advice of the council steered the country through tough times. Femi Akonde, TVC News, Abuja.